Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and I am finally doing a Tyranid Carnifex. I'm not even going to talk about what happened with the previous video on Total Biscuit's channel. It was just a flame war and a circle jerk that I fueled, and along with the people that I got into the flame war with. So that will not happen again. All hateful and stupid comments will be ignored and not taken into account and not addressed at all. I guess it's better for everyone if I just don't pay attention to them at all. And another thing, I talked to my friend which works at Adobe, and apparently he asked the manager about the graphics design position that I applied for, and he said that they already had people interviewed for it and they're expecting an answer from them. So I guess I just sent my resume too late or something, because the job offer's been there for quite a number of weeks, and it had been there before I sent my resume. So all in all, I didn't think I got it, which is disappointing, but there's still the possibility that I will get contacted for it, although I don't have my hopes up. So it would have been nice. It would have been a pretty good job for this country, because salaries here are ridiculously low, and that was like $1,000 a month, which is a whole lot for Romania. But anyway, I'll look for something else or keep doing what I'm doing and hope something comes along. I'm not gonna let it get me down, because it's just a job in the end. Now for the drawing. Thank you to Phosphorus for sending me a lot of resources about the Tyranid some weeks ago. I used one of the figurines from the Games Workshop website as reference for this drawing, and it proved to be more than enough. There were a lot of cool creatures there, and I really couldn't decide which to draw, but I remember people specifically asking for the Carnifex brood, I guess, clan, whatever. I know nothing about the lore, so I just picked this one for starters. I'll probably do more in the future, because I think they're really cool. Some look even better than the Zerg creature, so they're really nice with all the spiky spikes and holy holes and whatever. I started off just as I normally would, basic sketch. Didn't erase a lot, everything seemed to flow pretty well, and I tried to not shade as heavily as I usually do, because for example for the Hydra there was some heavy shading, but the Hydra was more curvy and smooth like, while this creature is very rough around the edges in the actual meaning of the word. Has a lot of bony masses and a lot of rib-like structures on its body. Not sure if that's armor or if it's organic or not, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the way I draw it. But what cool thing that I like about the Tyranid is that it has the thing in the left hand. I don't even know what it is. It's like a sort of a sack that's attached to the gun. I'm sure someone will explain it in the comment section. I personally don't know what it is, but it looks nice. It's a neat element. And then I went straight to shading with the HB pencil, trying to get a feel of how I would go about the drawing. I didn't change the pose at all from how the figurine was posing, because it seemed to show off all the most important elements in the best way, so there was no reason for me to mess with the pose. And I keep sticking my face in there again. I just can't seem to shake that habit off. It's because I always get close to the paper with my head without noticing. It's like a nervous tick while I draw, so I end up filming part of my face getting in there all the time. I start with the claw just to see, like, get a feel for the details, and then I end up shading it way too much. I wasn't really pleased with how it came out, so I took the kneaded eraser and erased part of the black, because it was just way too dark. It was darker than the carapace, and in reality the carapace is supposed to be darker than the parts it covers. Like the Tyranid itself is white according to, well, this particular one is supposed to be white according to the figurine on Games Workshop, but I mean, white is, you can't really draw white unless you draw around it, so I just gave it a light shade and tried to not make it too dark, to keep sort of a natural feel for the character. Now I'm detailing the joint where the claw is, and it's really fascinating to me how people come up with creatures like this. I mean, it's just so crazy that people actually invent this sort of stuff. And I know it's, concept art, but still, it's awesome. That's why I draw these things, because I appreciate the people that come up with them, and I think they're brilliant. I'm just doing the second claw now, trying to get the perspective right, because it's foreshortened. I've explained that in the previous videos, meaning it's pointing towards the viewer, so it has to be taken into account, and everything has to be sort of squished to portray that. All the tiny carapaces were a bit of a pain to draw, so I kind of found an easier way to deal with them. Just draw a lot of lines following the contours, and then try and shade in between, instead of detailing every single one like I do with my Zerg, because Zerg have way fewer carapaces than these guys have. They really went crazy with the armor on them, which is nice. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying it's more challenging to draw, and it takes more time than usual. Because, for example, this video took about 4 hours to draw, and I took a long break in the middle just to play a bit of audio surf, because I find it relaxing, even though it gets my pulse up. Not sure if it kind of coincides there. Not coincides, but contradicts. Now I'm just doing the gun with the hose that connects the handle to the tip. Even the gun has armor on this guy, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting the video done, because it's almost 7 and I still haven't had time today to do anything for myself, like play anything or take a shower. I did some business cards for a client of mine, freelance work, and then I drew this guy and had to wait about a couple of hours to encode the initial video format to be able to use it, so I can use my computer in that period of time. And now I'm recording, so it's been a busy day. I was supposed to go to the gym as well, but I skipped it because I got sick from eating some bad salami yesterday. So yeah, it's really not good to lift weights when you feel sick to your stomach, because bad things can happen and you can be very embarrassed, which I preferred to avoid. Yes, you can see my pack of cigarettes there. It's been said before, get over it, etc. I'm just doing the body now, which is basically interconnected ribs, and the way to draw those is just to draw the negative space first and try to go towards a lighter shade as you approach the surface, just to give the impression that the holes deepen, just like your moms do. Lol, nah, I'm kidding. I'm doing the arm with the veiny blob, fleshy orb thing that he's holding. It seems to be coming out of his arm, and he's also holding it and has a finger inside the hole. So many innuendos here, but yeah. The way I draw that is just shade the blobby stuffs and then try and draw the veins as accurate as possible by drawing the shadows they cast. Also, it has a lot of tubes and stuff coming out of his arm, so I just treat those like I do any sort of tube. Just draw the core shadow and then the highlights. I'm doing the thick tube that connects it to the pistol / machine gun, whatever it is he's holding. Don't go into a lot of details on that one. Just treat it as a regular tube, because even on the figurine there doesn't seem to be a lot of detail on it. It's just a normal tube. I'm doing the carapaces in the back, which I do the same way I did the ones on the arms. Just draw a bunch of lines and then try and find grooves to draw highlights on and shade. As for the those look like sort of furnace exhaust pipes things on his back. Pretty fun to draw. They have a lot of grooves and indentations as well, so there's a whole lot of room for diversity on these characters, which is nice. It's not like Zerg. They're pretty unilateral. Like, they have the fleshy stuff and the carapace, and that's about it. But these guys are a mix of tech and a lot of armor, and yeah, I think they're cool. They're really fun to draw. I might do more of these actually than StarCraft 2 stuff. I don't know which is more popular. Do people like StarCraft 2 more than Warhammer, or is it the other way around? I'm not sure. Feel free to say what you would prefer in the comments, because I've only ever played StarCraft from these like long games, except World of Warcraft, but that doesn't really count because that's not a real game. So I don't know. Is there like a huge fan base for Warhammer, or is it small? Considering the number of people that have asked me to draw the Tyranid, it seems pretty big, but I'm not sure. I'm just doing the legs now, and I try to not detail the one in the back as much, because as I previously mentioned, it'll overpower what's in the front. So just the basic shapes and a little shading here and there, and that's about it. And the tail seems to have this dinosaur-like head on the back of it, with spikes and bony formations and stuff. So that was about it. Came out okay. Could be better as always, but I'm rather pleased with the result, and I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.